Good day, dear TV viewers. As is known in the prosperous epoch of powerful state, under the wise and far-sighted leadership of the esteemed president, our homeland Turkmenistan maintains close cooperation with foreign countries and large authoritative international organizations such like the European Union, the United Nations, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, and others. Hereon, I would like to introduce you the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the European Union in Turkmenistan, Mr. Diego Ruiz Alonso, and his daughter, Miss Dana Maria.
And you can call me Don Diego.
I will call you Senor Ruiz Alonso, okay?
Okay.
So would you like to introduce our dear TV viewers what kind of dish would you like to cook and to show the whole process of cooking?
Okay, perfect. I'm from Spain, so I choose something very easy and very good for this hot weather from the Spanish cuisine. We will start by cooking one thing that is very Spanish, which is gazpacho, is called, and is like a cold soup of tomato with some more vegetables. Okay, after that we will cook using potatoes. We will cook omelette, tortilla de patatas is called in Spanish, which is basically an omelette with onions and some other vegetables. Okay, and then my daughter Dana Maria will make some dessert at the end that we will combine with some fresh fruits. So a very refreshing, as I said, an easy menu that we will try to do here in front of you. I will try to do my best. Well, first thing you should do when entering a kitchen and trying to make some food is to wash your hands. We are going to start now preparing gazpacho, which is, as I said, paradise or tomato cold soup. What we need, of course, is tomato, and we are going to try to peel it off in order to make things easier when we cook it. This is a very slow process, but in principle, it's not difficult, and you can do it really easily.
Senor Ruiz Alonso, while you are peeling off
Tomatoes,
yes, can you briefly tell our TV viewers about the European Union?
good way to start, because you mentioned, then we will cut it to make things easier when we, and this we will throw away. So the European Union is not exactly an international organization, right?
Right.
It's more a union of different states. We are now 27 states. And all of them independent states with governments, parliaments, all the structures of a normal independent state. But one day they decided, especially after the World War II, the big war, yes, they decided that in order to avoid more conflicts, in order to create peace and cooperation in Europe, they decided to renounce to part of the sovereignty and to create a union of states. So we are in this process. We started 70 years ago, more than 70 years ago, and we are now in many fields, we are like a federal state. So we are closer in that sense, closer to the United States of America than closer to the United Nations. So we are completely different states, different languages, different culture, different kitchen. So, but we are managing to go together and to go forward, trying to find a good future for our people. So now that we have this ready, because we've been working on this, okay? This is what should be, something like this, no? Well, the tomatoes, we cut them a bit, and now Dana will prepare for mix. We have to mix all these things. So, una olla.
So, Don Diego, would you mind if I help you?
Of course, please. That would be great.
Thank you.
So the only thing you have to do is to cut this into small pieces, smaller pieces only.
Small pieces. Okay.
Just for mixing later will be easier. And Anna will do the mixing, right? Show the ponte rectita, exactly. Now we will put tomatoes here. Then we will put some garlic. For example, I will put 4 or 5 pieces, put 6, okay? Cucumber that we peel off first, okay? We put 2. And we will put also 1
Bulgarian pepper.
Bulgarian pepper. You call that Bulgarian pepper, yeah?
Or in other words,
Perec.
sweet pepper.
Yeah, okay. Then we need salt, cumin, el que está entero. We put some salt. This is cumin, and important thing, olive oil, okay?
Okay.
You are not afraid of putting olive oil here. We can add some pepper. And basically, that's it, right? So now we do the secret, or the magic. Okay, so now slowly we are trying to make a soup out of this, okay? You have to use red tomatoes. So listen, now for example, we can just cut in 3 separate pieces, like this.
Separate pieces, okay.
Okay, and 1 more, much better.
Thank you very much. So, Senor Luis Alonso, while we are cutting into slices our potatoes, can you tell us what is your mission in Turkmenistan as an ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the European Union in Turkmenistan?
Well, listen, we just opened the embassy last year.
Yes.
So now we have lots of things in front of us to do. So now we are trying to build a relationship. We can improve our cooperation. We can find new fields of cooperating with the government of Turkmenistan and with the people of Turkmenistan. And well, try to put the people in Europe and the people in Turkmenistan closer and closer. So that would be the main aspect of my job here, trying to find ways to connect people in Turkmenistan with the people in Europe. You know, we are human beings, everybody is the same, and our traditions, in a way, somewhere in the past, were connected somehow, no? Yes. So I would say that the main thing that an ambassador or an embassy has to do here is to try to put those people together and closer.
Okay, thank you very much, Don Diego, for your detailed information about your mission and our work in Turkmenistan. So let's continue.
Okay, so now we cut everything, right? Now we have the ingredients ready. We cut the onions. We peel off and cut the potatoes. We have, of course, olive oil, which is something that you cannot miss in the Spanish kitchen. Always you have to do it with olive. We are not going to put too much oil, and we don't want to fry the potatoes. We just want them to get soft and the flavor of the onions and the olive oil. So we maybe cover just the bottom of the pan like this. You see? Okay. It's 2 or 3 milliliters, okay? But everything evenly covered, right?
Right.
Then we can immediately put the potatoes. We mixed a bit for the oil to wrap all the potatoes here. And this is a low process, okay? So we just wait. We cover a bit.
If this is a low process, please, Don Diego, can you tell our DUTV viewers what activity carries out the European Union, and can you tell about the history of the foundation of European Union?
Yeah, as I told you, after the big war, the World War II, Europe was it was a complete catastrophe. So the leaders at that time were thinking, okay, what can we do in order to avoid this situation again to happen? So some politicians then had a vision of an European continent living in peace and prosperity and in trust, you know. Yes. And so they start working on this idea. And lots of diplomats like me and another people working for the administration of different countries, then they put that vision into paper, into some kind of reality. And that was the beginning of the European Union. At the beginning, it was more like economic integration, economic union. It was not so ambitious at the beginning. So what they decided? They decided to put together the most important economic sectors at the time, coal and steel, Germany and France. So the main objective was, okay, if we share the thing that we value the most, maybe the risk for a war will diminish. This is the important thing. So a person now living in Spain, he can really enjoy benefits of belonging to the European Union.
Okay, thank you very much for detailed information about the European Union. I think it would be interesting for our DTV viewers, but let's look.
Let's check how is it going. You see that it's already taking some different color. Now we can lower a bit the gas. Already we have our gazpacho done. Now we mix all tomatoes and everything here, right? If we take it as a soup, cold soup, we will cut a bit of bulgur perec, paprika, pepper, green pepper, and some cucumber. So, to have a small then we take one egg that we cooked previously, all right? Boil. We cut it, also in small pieces. And now, the only thing, I mean, if it's summer, I would put this on the fridge. Yes. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, all day can be there, right? And then when you are going to eat it, you just remove a bit. It's cold, huh? We didn't cook anything. You pour a bit. Okay, now we have 2 portions. Now we will add, for example, some egg here. And this is already, you know.
Is it ready?
It's ready. Easy, huh?
Yes.
And very nutritious and very refreshing and, you know, very, very, very easy to do, as you have seen. Okay, the only thing is to peel off the tomatoes and then to mix it, and that's it. So this is what you have at the end, you know, and then you put this in the fridge, and then you can also drink it. So Dana, please give me, for example, well, that would be different, okay? So you can put here and then you put it in the frigidaire, in the fridge. You can put some ice on it. You put it in the frigidaire, and the whole day, when it's cold.
Well, thank you very much.
27 countries of the European Union decided that we are going to take the opportunity to change completely the structure of our economies and our production system. So we are going to start transforming the whole economy. And the same rules and the same ideas that we are applying into the territory of the European Union is what we are trying to disseminate in the whole world. We want to show how can we work in a different ways. Just recently, Turkmenistan got the observer status in the World Trade Organization that we consider that is very good for the improvement of the economy and the expansion of the economy and the relation with other countries. The European Union is actually cooperating with Turkmenistan in this process of accessing the WTO. There are many sectors where cooperation has already started. We've been having projects in the public administration with technical assistance for the cadres and the people working for the Turkmen administration, education, digitalization. You know, we have lots of experience in this field, in this world, in digital economy, and Turkmenistan is very much interested in this. And of course, energy transition, environment and energy together, water, all those things are a priority of our action here in Turkmenistan. We cooperate with Turkmenistan in both ways. We have a bilateral relation, European Union, Turkmenistan, but we have also a regional component, a regional cooperation. And there we include the 5 Central Asian countries, and on many occasions we also include Afghanistan, because we consider that Afghanistan is also an important element that has to be into consideration. Turkmenistan is cooperating very much with Afghanistan, is trying to bring the stability and the prosperity for the country, and we will support, and we do support this effort of Turkmenistan. So you see, there are plenty of things where we can cooperate.
Well, thank you very much.
You see, when we have this color, which is almost golden a bit, okay, then we will put some onion. We can add some salt. We moved, mixed. You know, kitchen is something that you have to do with time, as you said. You know, you need to have time to do it, not to go very fast. We are going to make some eggs for the omelette. We just mix everything. So you know, you have. This is important that you move well. Almost ready. We close for the heat to be there to make them softer.
Here's another question which I think would be of great interest to our DTV viewers. So can you tell us about the health benefits or maybe other benefits of gazpacho and other?
Well, yes. I mean, as you've seen, everything is vegetables. That is good for the digestion, easy to digest, you know, especially when it's very hot, that you don't have to have a very heavy calories or food with lots of calories. Then this is something very nutritive, you know, because it's very nutritive, but at the same time, it doesn't give you this heavy feeling when you have a big meal, right? It will give you enough energy to go the whole day. Vegetable, it will give you agility, flexibility, activity. You know, it will be easy for your stomach and for your body to digest and to convert into what you need for living. Now, what we are going to do is to take these potatoes and put it into the egg. Okay. So you see we will have enough to cover the whole thing. We try not to put too much oil inside the mix. And now we mix a bit. We put some oil just for the omelette not to get stick on the pan. We put everything in this. So this will be the menu that we have today. We can just cut a bit the salad. All washed and all clean beforehand. This is only potatoes and onions. So this is our menu for today.
So I think gazpacho is ready.
Gazpacho is ready, omelette is ready.
Omelette is ready. The last one is dessert. Don Diego, as you know, this year is held under the motto, Turkmenistan, the homeland of peace and trust in our homeland. Can you tell us about your activities? Does the activities of the European Union relate to homeland and peace and trust? So that kind of principles?
Of course, you know, the European Union is based on those two main principles, peace and trust. We wanted to have a period of peace. So peace was the basic element in order to build something for the future. During the whole history, little by little, by sharing and by cooperating, they found the way to trust each other. And that's why the European Union could advance and could prosper. So talking about peace and trust, it takes long time, you know, years and years, and we are not completely done. There are many things to be done inside the European Union. But we think that this is the only way to confront the challenges and the problem of the global world in which we live. So for the European Union to talk about peace and trust is something that is in our genetic code.
Don Diego, we're grateful to you for sharing with us such kind of useful information. And I also think that our DTV viewers will be also interested in activities of the European Union, the relation of European Union to such like principles as peace and trust. This year is held under motto, Turkmenistan is the homeland of peace and trust in our country. So Don Diego, you mentioned before that Dana will prepare for us a dessert. Should we help her?
Yes, we will supervise the whole operation, but to be frank, I don't know how to make dessert. This is a thing that she does very well, and she will try to make today one thing that is also very easy and very Spanish, which is called bizcocho.
Bizcocho.
So she will explain now how to do this.
Okay, thank you, Raj. Dana, please.
So bizcocho is a very common Spanish cake. This one particular is based on yogurt, and then everything is measured usually by the yogurt cups. Firstly, you need a cup of yogurt. It can be any flavor, but we took plain. Then you need 1.5 cup of sugar. You need 1 cup of olive oil, 3 cups of flour. You need 3 to 4 eggs.
This is baking powder, no? But we are going to put some oil here.
So Don Diego, while
Yes.
she is preparing a dessert for us, can I ask you a little bit more questions?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I would like to ask, as you mentioned before, that the European Union was established on the 9th of May. Is it only a coincidence or something else?
So in Europe, the beginning of the European Union is considered to be related to what we call the Schuman Declaration. Schuman was a French politician that had the idea of taking the lessons from the war and try to avoid it from repeating itself. So this is, for us, 9th of May is not only the end of the World War II, it's also the beginning of the peace and cooperation in Europe. So this is a double date for celebration for us. So this is almost finished, no?
Don Diego, can you tell our TV viewers About your first impressions when you first visited Turkmenistan.
Really, this is a different country different from Spain. But at the end, you find many similarities. People is very open and warm. Culture is long and old. So there are many traditions that, even if they are not the same, they are very similar. When we were talking about what can we cook here, one of the most traditional dishes of the Spanish cuisine that everybody loves is called paella. And paella is based on rice. And I say like, okay, we are not going to use that because you have plov, which is also rice and meat, and we have paella, which is also rice, fish or meat, whatever, and vegetables. So, you know, even countries so far away like Turkmenistan and Spain, we share some dishes, especially, you know, this traditional one. You have this respect for the old traditions, for the old people, which is also part of our culture. So there are many things that are not so distant and not so different. So this is the most important thing of life of a person like me that has a profession that makes you traveling around and living in different countries, is that at the end we are not so different. When you first come here, you think that everything is so different and so from your own country, but then at the end when you start living here and knowing people, you see those differences are not so big. Yeah, but we put like some bananas, some this apple, we have some strawberry. So whenever we have this bizcocho and this chocolate, almost in 10 minutes, no?
What are the main values of the European Union? Can you tell about this aspect to our DTV viewers?
Main thing that we achieved during this long process, long, 70 years, 71 years this year. The main thing is that we prove that everybody is equal.
Well, thank you very much for your such interesting information which you shared with our DTV viewers, with us. Thank you very much again for your interesting and such detailed information which you shared about the European Union and European countries which are closer together due to European Union.
İştemiz açık bulsun.